go. Welcome to Filmit Shop Talk Sessions, Filmitters. Please subscribe to our page and watch all the movies to become a better filmmaker. I'm very excited today because we are talking about music videos. And I can't wait to introduce you to our two specialists. First of all, Johannes Pieter Nel, who has been in the industry for 14 years. And he is an award-winning cinematographer, director, and filmmaker, and has won for Benjamin at the Silver Scarm Fees, Best Short Film. And then, not a stranger to Filmit, Uga Carlini, who is also a multi-award-winning producer, director, and quite a force in filmmaking in South Africa. Which brings me to the first item. We were talking just now, I know you produce, and Johan has produced and directed some music videos for Christia Visser, and Folk of Belisikaar, and a lot of artists that you've worked with together. But what I want to get to is, Uga, you said that during COVID, you produced a music video called Home during level 5 COVID. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, for me, I love music videos so much. And we, during COVID level 5, like we were all there, in the Western Cape, we've got feeding schemes where most children get their one meal a day at schools, most of the children in the Western Cape. And when COVID level 5 happened, that meant that those children did not get their meals. And it was just an overwhelming thought for me. And then a good friend of mine, Donovan Copley, from Hot Water, we just somehow reached, like we just stopped. He phoned me to say, like we had a session of, no, I'm really not going to swear today, but a teat session of just what, we're so frustrated by all of this. I was just about to shoot my movie Angelina. Everything just got stopped in its tracks. It was tough times. And then he said, I've got the song, and maybe we can do something with the song, and maybe we can. That's how it started. And the song was called Home. And I said, we've got to do something. And I phoned the Western Cape, the councillors, all the people who deal with the feeding schemes. Long story short, we then decided we're going to do this. And just amongst ourselves, because we all have people we know, people who, in our industry, we started reaching out to people saying, we want you to just listen to the song and video yourself on your phone and send us your footage. And it just spread like a wildfire. I got Left Post-Productions, one of our biggest Lurie-winning post-production facilities in Joburg. They came on. And in the end, we had 17 countries submitting footage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in the end, I'll be quicker. I need to be quicker. And then in the end, we raised so much money from all over the world for the feeding schemes of the Western Cape, where we could get parcels delivered. So that for me is also the power of a music video. Everyone did it for free. Everyone did it remotely. Go watch it. Go watch it on YouTube.
So it's Home on YouTube, and absolutely, that's a great start. The power of media, the power of music videos, and the power of cinematography. Now, Johan, tell us a little bit about you. You've shot with some of the biggest guys in the South African music industry. And just like Uga, tell me about your journey with music videos. How did that start?
My journey with music videos, I have to think now, where did it start? I've always been a fan of music, because I think that's very important. If you make music videos, you have to actually like music. And I've been fortunate enough to make videos for music I actually listen to. So I did some work for Folk of Belisikaar and Jy Was Fantasties. I work a lot with Francois van Coke's singles or solo stuff. I have to think now. I also did some stuff for Christia Visser, or a video for her. I just enjoyed doing music videos. The fact that it's short, so you've got a beginning, middle, end within like a 3-minute little space. It can also change the world, like the stuff that Olga did. So it's not just for entertainment. And I just think that it's a great medium where you could actually express yourself. You can be creative. You're not that constrained by a story or character development.
Okay. So you're not constrained. It's freer. It sounds like that than actual narrative movie. So how does the creative process usually work between you and the artists that employ you guys?
From my side, because I shoot and I edit and I direct myself, so my process might be a little bit different. But I like it when an artist approaches me. Obviously, they give me the song, and then I ask them, "Do you have an idea? Do you see something visual that you want to do?" And I actually prefer that because then it's less work on my side. And if they don't have an idea, then I just listen to the song for like a day on repeat continuously, and then whatever comes up in my mind, I just convey it to them. I say, I listen to the song, this is what I see. And then we take it from there. Yeah.
Okay, and Uga, you?
I just quickly want to say your music videos are profoundly beautiful. I'm such a fangirl, and I just never met him, and here he is. And that's probably some of my favorite Afrikaans music videos. So ek wil net vir jou dit sê, dis pragtig. My process, it's very, with music videos, it's a little bit different because you've got to honor the artist. The artist has a look, a feel, a vibe. If you're working with a label, the label comes in as well. So it's not as much just you as it would be in a fiction or, a narrative kind of thing. But that being said, again, I treat it no differently than I would a fiction. I have a mood board. I put something together. Once I've consulted in great depth with both the artist and the label, because remember, when you work with a label, don't forget about the label, because that's an extra set of approvals. Whereas if it's an independent group, it's a little bit easier. There's a little bit more room. It's just you and them. So it's just a very important point to remember, especially if the label is paying you. Then another point to remember, which I very quickly forget because you just get so excited. But yeah, the process is very similar, listening to that song on repeat. And then I put a whole little something together. We discuss again because you've got to be on the same page because you don't have the time you would with a fiction. You never have the money you need. So it's quick, it's fast, but you want the same results. So very similar to you.
Everybody has to be in one mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me quickly, you said a mood board. For our filmmakers out there, what is a mood board?
So a mood board is similar to a treatment. It's a document you put together with, this is what I'm thinking. I usually would set out my beginning, middle, end, as you mentioned as well, my little story, and then go find references of either similar films, pictures, ideas, photos, and put it all in there so that we can be on the same page with the look and the feel, so that by the time the camera rolls, we already have some pictures in our heads and we are aligned, which is, of course, very important.
That's great. You also mentioned budget. So what does the budget scale you work with in South Africa context look like?
Laugh out loud.
I know you said a label, so there's the guys from labels, like the highest budgets, and then there's the independents. So what is the maximum, what is the minimum amount do you think needed to make a good music video?
I want to really just laugh and cry right now at the same time because the budgets that you get is so minute. I never make anything out of music videos. I don't like you edit and shoot. I bring all those people in. I do it because it brings me so much joy. I do it for the collaboration. I do it for what might come out of it. To keep working, to keep learning. But it's very different. It depends on the star. It depends on the level. Afrikaans music videos notoriously get a lot less than some of the bigger, say, Kwaito stars and stuff like that. So I still have to go pull favors. I still need to get sponsorships. That's just how I do it. I can be smarter about it. I can't. I have to give it. We have to have the equipment we have. But yeah, for me, it's not always about the money. Yes, you've got to pay the bills, and yes, it's show business. But money comes in many shapes and forms. Sometimes the collaboration will lead to other things anyway, and then the money comes again. So it's a very complicated question.
Okay, okay, I understand. Anything on that from you, Johan?
Well, I can tell you exactly how much I've been offered. So I've done music videos from independents for like 8,000 Rand. Normally, from the Afrikaans labels, for some reason, they always settle on 30,000 Rand.
Never got that.
Yeah, always, for some reason, that's like their go-to, 30,000 Rand.
30,000.
I've also had it up to 50, but this is normally, so many of these artists like Francois, so they're sponsored by Converse sneakers, for instance. So then Converse will go, okay, cool, it's part of their little marketing thing. We'll put 50 down, but then you have to have a shot of Francois sneakers in the...
Okay,
and
the
for
label.
like Jack Sparrow, I think he's got Jägermeister or something. So then you have to put like product placement, like he has to take a sip of Jägermeister in the video, and then they'll give more money. So if there's sponsors involved, normally but 30 for some reason is like
sponsors or a label, someone that invests in you put their label on it. So there are ways and means of doing it and making it business, like you said, show business. Then, if I'm an indie artist and I am a musician, which I'm not, what suggestions do you have? How can I make it? Little animals die when I sing. So, what are your suggestions? How can you be creative and do it for free? Can you?
You mean make a music video for free?
Make a music
no,
video.
You can definitely make a music video for free. You just need a camera. But now then everyone's got phones, so you've got a camera. Lady Gaga actually shot her, not this one, I think when iPhones get released every second, but when the iPhone was released as part of the marketing of the iPhone, she shot her music video on her iPhone. And it looks, I mean, I can see it's a phone, but...
Yeah, the phone cameras are amazing.
Yeah. So everyone's got a camera, so everyone can make a music video. I just get a little tripod for your phone, and you've got a camera, and you can make a music video.
Okay, tripod for your phone, and there you go, making a music video on your phone. Obviously, you record the sound separate.
Well, with a music video, unless there's a little narrative story, but the song is the sound.
Okay.
So you just need the song, yeah.
Okay, and the visuals are.
Yeah.
So, how is production of a music video organized? Uga, you that work with a team, who plays what role in a music video?
So again, in my case, I have my, like I said, it's no different to a fiction or how I make my movies. It's just smaller scale, and a lot of favors. So there's always someone who wants to learn. This is the opportunity where they get that call from me. People who send me their CVs, people who say, please, me. And if I start believing you, I'm going to put you in a special folder, and now you get the call. Hey, we're making a music video. Come. So, I mean, there's call sheets, there's camera, there's grips, there's gaffers, but one of each. Because you need to feed everybody and still look out for everybody and still get insurance on your gear. I don't own my own gear. I'm sure you do. So see, I have those extra, but I wouldn't want to do it any other way. I don't want to own my own gear. I want to do it this way. That's how I do it. That's why my music videos look like mine and it looks like yours. We're all different. We all believe in the tree, and the tree is beautiful.
That's fantastic. Yes. So you all, it's smaller scale but there's also different than a movie, but just smaller scale. Which brings me to, how long does it take to produce a music video, and what is the shortest time you've spent on producing a music video?
Well, I think it takes us. It all depends. It's all relative. The shortest time I've spent on producing music videos is probably like a week, like 5 days. So someone will come to me, like say on the Monday, and then we shoot the next Monday. So that's all possible. The longest time it takes. I mean, I'm currently talking with Hunter Kennedy because he's also doing solo stuff now called Parasite. So, and we've been talking for months, which is part of the pre-production process, just meeting up every 2 weeks, just like getting ideas. And so, I mean, it can take, that's all part of the production or pre-production process. And I mean, that's been going on for months. Yeah. So it's all relative.
So it's relative to the specific project. Also, Uga, you said that each producer, cinematographer, show business entrepreneur like you guys are, has a certain feel. So you do music videos your way, he does it their way. Does that play a big role when your artist communicates or gets you to produce their music video? Does that play a big role, the synergy that you have with your style? And can you explain that process, just getting your style out there as well?
I think it's important to remember that for the artist is just going to show up. The artist has employed you, trusts you, you've discussed it, and then the artist shows up. The artist doesn't care if there's 10 people there or 5 people there. They just need the music video to be amazing and be representative of who and what they are. And I think by the time you and the artist are working together, it's safe to say that there is a synergy. And we're all professionals, right? The artist and the team who's going to shoot. So from that perspective, it's such a collaborative and rewarding process, a music video. And also, I loved what you said, it's music. I also love music. My life is governed by music, and now you get to work just with music. So it's the sweet spot. So we're already all on the same page.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys have your favorite songs, and when you do something, a little song plays in your head, maybe before a match or before you go and surf, like I used to do. I would listen to Pearl Jam, or REM. So that love of music and being true to the artist, that is great. Tell me, does the one who shoots the music video different from your two processes? Do you shoot for the edit like you do in films, and does the cameraman also edit the music video? In your case, yes? And
yeah, so I would definitely shoot for the edit. Some people don't. Some people kind of, for a music video, they'll take an artist and, okay, sing the whole song through from beginning to end. Okay, let's go to the next location, do the whole song here. And then in the edit, they decide, okay, we'll use this bit here, we'll use this bit here. I find that I don't work like that. I used to, I don't anymore. So what I do is my process. I take the song, I'll pop it on a timeline, in the edit timeline. I'll listen to it, and then instinctively I can hear, okay, there's a shift in energy here. So you've got a beginning, then you obviously the structure of a music video, you've got a beginning, then you've got a verse, then you've got a bridge, which goes into a chorus, and then you've got a verse, then you've got a bridge, a chorus, and then you've got a little solo bit, and then you've got an end. So I break that up into, say, like 9 little bits, and then I go, okay, my bit 1 is that guy sitting on the chair there. My bit 2 is we're going to walk in the forest. My chorus is we're going to do this. So I literally just go out and I shoot that bit, and I slot it in to the edit. So I just find that makes the process a little bit quicker when it comes to the edits, because you can also pitch that idea to the artist. You can literally show him, this is the song and this is how it's going to look.
You show the mood board according to the
exactly.
different sections of the song.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Uga, do you shoot the whole video? What do you do? Do you also use that method?
Again, I think for me, every music video is different because it depends on what we're doing. Like sometimes it's a strong story-driven one, so I've pre-planned exactly, we're going to do it like this, we're going to do it like that. But with music videos, you always need that song sung through anyway, because you just don't know what you might need in the edit. So as much as you plan, you also, you do, because it's a song, and the song needs it. That's all you don't have dialogue, unless there's a dialogue moment or whatever. But that's actually not favored in music videos that much. But sometimes I've also done very abstract ones where that's a really good method. So it just depends again on what's required, what's been discussed, what's been decided on, and what's going to best serve the story of that specific music video.
So that abstract, what does that communicate? You said abstract ones, So paint on a wall, or how do you use abstract images to communicate the music video?
So let me give a real life example, because I like to do that. Go look on YouTube, Christia Visser Wildste Oomlik. So that was literally done where I worked with Inka Kenzia, who's she's a visual creative artist, and we used an overhead projector, like those projectors you use at big raves or big shows where they project into stadiums. And we projected Christia's life in photos onto this very flowy dress with fans, and it became a dance. But because it came through the overhead projector and it's all these images of her life almost shining through her while she's then singing the lyrics. So the lyrics was then the structure and the song, but what was happening was just images and wind and flowing material. It was amazing, actually.
Almost creating the mood you want the audience to experience while watching the music video?
Yeah, but then the words in the song was the structure. This is my life. This is my Wildste Oomlik. And then what is yours at home while you watch this? What's coming up? It was very nostalgic. But I mean, there was no, you would think there was no structure, but of course there was. But because the structure came with the photos and you know, you start as a baby, da-da-da. But it got so chopped up anyway, as these things go, in the edit. But that's an example of a abstract one versus 17 shots, her very first big one, where there was a story. I'm going here, then I'm going here, and then you see me here, and then that happens. So it just depends.
About that, I think it's important to remember not to be too on the nose with stuff, to think conceptually about stuff. So for instance, if this is not wrong, but say if it's a song about a girl broke your heart. So now what would you do? Like the first thing that comes to mind, you'll show a guy crying or fighting, a couple fighting, because now his heart is broken. This is what the song is about. That's very on the nose. It's not wrong to do that. But how can you conceptually convey that without actually showing someone breaking someone else's heart? You can show a flower catching fire. That's a very, very stupid idea. But as an example, this is what makes music videos fun. It's like, what is this story, and how can I tell the story without telling the story too on the nose? A good cinematographer and director, Joshua Malherbe, actually told me this once. I was filming a TV show in Stellenbosch, actually, kids driving in a taxi, a minibus taxi, and it was raining. And I had to get some cutaways, and he came to me and he's like, don't film kids riding in a taxi. Film what it feels like to ride in a taxi while it's raining. So if you guys get what I'm saying.
Communicating the emotion of the song, communicating the feel, the story, whatever you spoke with the artist with. Okay.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So not to be too literal.
Yeah, but also it's not wrong to be literal. That's not the only way, basically.
So this is an interesting one. What types of music videos? Do you get like an abstract one and a narrative one? Are there other types that or is it totally open?
I think it's totally open. I mean, you can just go on YouTube down the rabbit hole. There's so much stuff happening, especially the American rappers. I mean, Kendrick Lamar, Childish Gambino. These guys are pushing every kind of limit, not just in music videos, but in filmmaking. The way I don't even know how they do half the stuff they do. And the reason they have budget, and the reason they do it, because the gangster rap labels in America give amazing freedom to their artists, because the lyrics is so explicit. They kind of, just do whatever you want with the videos.
I understand.
So this can be quite you guys are actually not allowed to watch it, but what I'm saying, this allows for the medium just to push every sort of boundary. So if you just watch one of their videos, you're like, you can do anything, literally.
Okay. So you can do anything. What is the most, except for communicating the mood, any other really important things when shooting a music video that you guys can just touch on?
You know, it's once you've been commissioned because of who you are, what kind of storyteller you are. And don't forget that, you know, you've got your unique vision that you're going to bring to that project. And there's no one way. Yeah, the two of us are sitting with two very different ways of approaching it, but we both make music videos, or we both make films, or whatever. So I also think, don't get too like hung up on it all. You know, my favorite advice is just go out there and make your music video, because every time you make something, you're going to get better and better. I'm still learning. I don't ever want to stop learning. So just stop thinking about it. Just do it.
Keep on playing.
Yeah.
Keep on playing. Tell me, trend in global music videos now. Are there any trends that's happening now in terms of music videos that you guys watch?
Sure.
That you like? The trends that you like now?
I don't know. I'm still just going to say Kendrick Lamar and Childish Gambino again. I mean, those two guys, especially Kendrick Lamar, he literally pushes the boundaries with every video visually. So have a look at his stuff. I mean, it's some of it still goes over my head, but I think that's just it's just boundary shifting work.
For you, Uga, favorite artists, music videos that you like?
I love music videos so much. I mean, my childhood, the MTV and MCAR. I mean, those were the days, man. So I mean, I still have my VHS tape with my music videos. So I was very corny, but I'm more the I love Imagine Dragons. I love how they joke with themselves. I love Coldplay. I love Forgive Me, but Taylor Swift's music videos. I love Lady Gaga. I mean, so I'm sort of more there. Yes, Madonna did this one on an island with nuns. Oh my word, that was now recently insane. Yeah, I'm sort of more that one, you know. Yeah.
It's amazing. I can see the fun exude from you guys when you talk about music videos. In South Africa, what artists' music videos should the guys go look at in South Africa?
This guy's music videos. Just go look at everything he's done. Very good one.
Johannes Pieter Nel and Uga Carlini's music videos. Any other artists that you want to have a look? I must say that I really like the Kwaito music videos, the energy of the Kwaito music videos, the dancing in it, you know, that kind of upbeat music videos, sharing that energy of just enjoying yourself and dancing, dance
Toya
music
de Lacey.
Toya
Go
de
check
Lacey.
Toya de Lacey stuff out. Oh my word.
Toya de Lacey, great. So that's my favorite. What would you say is in Africa? I know you work with some African artists a lot. There's an international growing interest in African music. What can we learn from our other neighbors in music videos when you look at Nigeria and you look at our neighbors up to the Congo, Egypt? I mean, there's a lot of creativity here. What can we take from our African brothers and sisters?
How unique and how unique we all are, how different we all are, and yet not so different. I think music videos and music is such a unifying source and such a unification, you know, method. I think it's just important to go watch those stuff, to go see what our neighbors are doing, to go see, like, even if I'm not maybe into heavy metal, every now and again just sit through one of those too, because there might be this is just an example, there might be something for me to take from. And the more we enrich ourselves, the better creatives we become. So for me, it's always that. You've got to know what else is going on out there. Just Google hottest new Nigerian music video.
Yeah, top 40 Africa.
Yeah, and just go see. But please just go watch Funani, Toya de Lacey, one of the most crazy, it's funky, and it was directed by Kyle Lewis, who's a commercials director. But just when creatives come together from different walks of life, what can be done? And it also goes to that, it's also really collaborative to go work with people outside your circle, because again, it gives you new perspective that you can bring back into the world and maybe just make the world a better place.
I know you said previously, go steal with your eyes. So don't necessarily copy, but you can. Don't copy. Go get inspired.
Yes.
By other artists, even if you don't necessarily like the music, you can get an idea of what they are doing with a music video. So get out of your comfort zone, I guess. Johan?
So what makes African stuff unique? I'm not, honestly, not that clued up with specifics, but what I think it's important we should not try and be like anything else, any other country. So when you're making an African music video, making a music video, don't try and be American, because this is what always made, in a South African context, all the things that did well were stories true to our country. Neil Blomkamp's District 9. The reason that did well, because it wasn't a spaceship that attacked New York, it was a spaceship that attacked Joburg, with our townships and with all our accents and with our characters. That's what made it, got nominated for, I think, like 3 Academy Awards. Music-wise, Shaw Majosi is a girl from Joburg. She's doing very, very well, not because she's trying to be like Nicki Minaj. It's because she is a South African, being South African and making South African music videos and singing in her local dialect. That's what makes her unique and makes her do so well. She's not trying to be like anyone else. So I think that's very important. Don't try and be like whatever country you're from, be that country, be South African or be African. I think that's very important.
I must say, while you were talking, I'm thinking of guys like Brasse van die Kaap and Reddy D, very Cape Town kind of music videos. And in South Africa, we've got so much diversity, and at Filmit. I mean, from Zimbabwe, from Namibia, from Joburg, from all the guys making different films. And I want to tell you, be yourself, be South African, get your own language. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So guys, we're going to have a chance for questions now. If you want to ask any questions, just raise your hand, and then you can ask Johannes and Uga some questions. Anybody?
You mentioned that you are a big fan of Imagine Dragons, so I want to know which of their songs and music videos are your favorite and why.
Oh, so I just love Follow You. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a couple sitting in a theater. They're the only couple in the theater, and then Imagine Dragons performs this song, Follow You, which is my favorite song, except for Florence and the Machine, which is my other favorite. Oh my word, I didn't mention her music videos earlier. That is my ultimate. How could I not? Anyway, but and that is just it's how they make fun of themselves, and the authenticity and the evoking emotion of everyday stuff. You're sitting there with your guy, and you feel slightly threatened, but not. It's the real life stuff for me that just really resonated with me in that. But the other one, I must just say, because I left it out, is Florence's new music video, Free, which she shot with Ukrainian artists last year before the war began, and Bill Nye, and it's all about anxiety. Those two right now for me, I can just watch over and over and over again because it resonates personally.
So that resonating with the individual, I think music videos definitely do that. Any other questions, guys? Yes.
How do you feel about leaving things up for interpretation in music videos, and how do you decide what is too vague, or what's just vague enough? Or
That's a good question. I mean, that's what makes it so cool. It's up to you. As long as the musician is happy with your interpretation of something, and you happy with that, then just give it out to the world. So there isn't a specific rule. Like what? Like I take it you're asking the question just because I said the thing about not being too on the nose and kind of being conceptual. I mean, it's like looking at a painting, and then some person sees this like an abstract painting, and some people sees this, or some person gets this feeling, and some person gets that feeling. That's the cool thing about creating any form of art. You can interpret it however you want it. So do whatever you want, give it to someone to watch, and then whatever feeling they get, that's the feeling they get. I don't know if that answers your question. There's no right or wrong. No.
That's wonderful. Any other questions? Yes.
What's your opinion on things like visual albums?
What is a visual album?
Like... Lemonade. Yes.
Lemonade from Beyonce. Like the whole album is it follows on each other. It's like a film. The whole album is basically a film. It's not just one music video where each music video slots into the next to tell a whole story.
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool. I think there's some other artists also did that. I think, like you said, Beyonce did that. I think there's this guy, Machine Gun Kelly. I think he also did it. I think it's amazing. I mean, it just bridges that gap between something being a music video and something being a movie. Also know some artists write their songs, like Eminem used to do this in the 90s, where like kind of so it's not like different tracks on an album. The whole thing is a story. So if you can tell that whole story visually as well, I can't even imagine how expensive that much must be. But if you can do that, I think it's great. Yeah, it's a great way of conveying the music, definitely. So I like it. Yeah.
How smart are our Filmit kids? Oh my goodness, that was a question and a half. Visual album, so there's no rules. If you want to and you can do it, you can meet film with music like they do in musicals. So that's very cool. Any other questions, gentlemen, ladies? Yes. This is Emma.
So, due to the fact that we have very little finances available, what is your advice to make use of product placement without it being tacky?
First of all, like in terms of limited finances, I just want to say, like, some of the best music videos I've ever seen was done with very little money. I mean, if you look, what's that Coldplay video where he's walking on the beach and the whole thing is in reverse? There's literally not even a steady cam. All they did is he just learned the song phonetically backwards, and he's walking on a beach and it's sunset. That's it. And the video is amazing. The Verve, Beautiful Symphony, also just a guy walking down the street. But that other, somebody I used to know, that video, I can't remember that band. It's literally just them, I think, painting each other, or they are painted. It's one shot. So you don't always have to have money to make something amazing. You just need a great idea, and then use the fact that you don't have money to your advantage. I know that sounds weird, but sometimes it works. In terms of product placement, without making, I just keep it in the background, I'd say. So say if Levi is your sponsor, don't walk around like this. Just kind of wear the jacket. Just make it subtle, I would say. I don't know if you've got anything.
Yeah, it just needs to be organically part of the world. Like you have a conversation, you take a sip of your Coke. You don't go, oh, here's my Coke. Look, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just, if it needs to be, just imagine you and your buddy at home, you're sitting in your Levi's. It just needs to be organically part of it all, and you'll be absolutely fine. But it's a great way to get money.
Just like, for example, any Ryan Reynolds film now, or 007 film, that it's basically an advertisement. So it's just about, finding that line
Yeah.
without it being shoved in your face the whole time. So,
Wonderful, thank you so much. Yes.
How does editing a music video differ from editing a film or something that's not music related, or with the flow of the music video? And also, how do you make sure every edit that you do, every cut that you do, has a purpose, and it's not just a bunch of clips spliced together?
So you're working with a music video, right? So music is beat. Music is there's a song, there's a melody. So that's the biggest difference between a music video and fiction. Fiction, there's it's longer. There's a story. There's words. There's different types of music. There's silences. A music video is music, and that's what you're serving. You're serving the melody, and the melody guides it. The melody guides the edit pace. The melody. And that's why a lot of it does happen in edit. So that is literally your biggest difference. And you've got 3 minutes. Whereas a fiction or a feature it's much, much longer. But for me, the melody is very important. And editors who edit, many editors who edit fiction films do it to music. Because that's how important it is. That's important. You always need to feel the symphony when you edit.
Yeah, so literally you're saying, so how do you make sure the edit makes sense and it's not just a bunch of clips? That's why listening to the song is so important. Because if you listen to a song, I'm like that, once off, it's just a song. And the more I listen to it, the more it starts making sense to me. And I kind of hear that beat. And like she's saying as well, it's the beat. So a beat is a cut, maybe. Or maybe every second beat is a cut. Or maybe every third beat is a cut. So that motivates the cut. Also, if you go into a chorus, the koordeel van a song, that's also a cut to a chorus. So that's why it's important to listen to the song, listen to it. You'll kind of, after a while, hear these little nuances and these little beats and these little shifts in energy that will motivate the cut. And like she's also saying, some people just think you edit, and so if it's a narrative, you edit a narrative and you play music on it. Good editors use the music to motivate the actions in a specific story. That's why I'm actually thinking some narrative editors can learn from music video editors in terms of how to use the music to just elevate the story. And I hate that when I look at something and I can see they literally just paste it and post the song but there's no correlation between the edit and the song and the action happening on screen. So it's a marriage of those things. I think music is very, very important in driving narrative stuff. But yeah, just listen to the song, you'll hear the beats, and normally that beat is a cut in the edit. So.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful, thank you. Thank you so much to Johannes and Uga. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Thank you so much, guys. We're looking forward to seeing your music videos. Remember the flow, cutting to the beat, and do your own thing. Don't try and do it like someone else. See your music videos later. Cheers.